I've never really done body work before, so when I first approached this project I thought I was just going to grab some gutter mesh and some Bondo and make it work. But the more I peeled back, the more I realized there's nothing to attach the Bondo and gutter mesh to, and that I'm actually going to have to get out the welder. So watch as I figure out how to do all of this stuff for the first time on a truck that had been previously restored once before. Now it's time to go in a different direction and start doing body work on my 1998 GMT-400. I bought this during the pandemic
2020 used car summer sales event
because it was literally the cheapest vehicle I could find. At least one that didn't need $3,000 or $4,000 worth of work done to it. And it's starting to get rusty. Rocker panels are about gone. Just crap. Underside of the bed, not looking very good. Spring shackles getting kind of rough. Bumper completely rusted through. The shocks are starting to rust through. Lots of paint chips. So I'm probably going to take this entire rubber coating off. This isn't secured very well, but I need to take this out in order to fit that in the garage. Take this bed off and treat the underside of it, all of it, and the frame rail. Engine bay could use a little bit of work as well. Rust is creeping in through the fasteners, so the underside of this is bad too. These screws are gone. Terrible. Well, let's get to scraping. I love blister packs. They're fun as hell to open. Whoa, that's letting the smoke out. Perfect. At this point, it seems like the only thing that's left is the rubber coating. Oh, wow. Maybe I should get out the heat gun and try to save it and reapply it. Oh yeah, this rubber crap. Yeah, don't use rubber ice coating. Use paint. Paint chip off, touch up paint. This chip off, rust underneath, scratch off everything. I'm definitely gonna have to weld in new rockers, so that'll be fun. Never had to do that before. But for now, we'll just sand and paint and stop the rust and worry about all that later. Gross. Ah, it's a scuff and spray. Nice. Well, that was doomed to fail from the start. Rubber ice coating on top of Bondo. What could go wrong? That's body filler, and it's rusted underneath it. Look at that big bastard horsefly. Oh. Rusty. Well, that's not boding well. If the screws on the inside of the truck are rusty, then I'm sure everything behind this door card is just trash. And oddly enough, I think this door is actually a replacement. Because it has some scrolling on it that is not on the other door. How bad is the inside of the door? Screws missing. All along the bottom. From what I can see, it doesn't look like it's absolutely horrible. But at least now, I'm fairly confident I won't have to reskin this door. So I've been picking and probing on this truck for the last few days, trying to figure out how deep we got to go, trying to get things off. The roll bar, every bolt of that's going to break. The bumper, every bolt of that's going to break. The seat, those bolts are going to break. The seat belts, they're going to break. I just have to get around to breaking every bolt on this truck today, but I've sprayed everything down with penetrant and whatever. We'll see what we can do, take an inventory of what we break and what we got to replace. We should be able to cut to like maybe the middle of this little rubber bumper. So when we repaint and all that, we'll have something to hide our line, if there is a line. There's going to be a line. So we'll have something to hide that. So I got to work on getting this bed off, the roll bar, the bumper, have all that exposed, get the interior gutted out, because we can't weld on new panels or anything with this plastic and rubber and carpet in the way. And yeah, these bolts, every single one of these is going to break. They're garbage. Try to set it up so we can get some good shots of them bolts breaking, but no promises. It takes forever to film. It's all right, we'll just get new bolts and weld them to the bottom of the thing, or we won't put it back. One or the other. Yep, break. Finally broke the last of these carriage bolts, and now this thing can just come out. Holy shit. Did anybody else know about that? Are you telling me that, like, I just don't find because nobody ever looks at these packing slips? Oh, a bumper. I forgot. I ordered a bumper. Well, I'll be damned. They sent me a Chevy bumper with a Ford sticker. Yeah, that thing is absolutely stuffed in there. Yeah, this is gonna be some scraping. O2 sensor. Snippy snip. There's everything you need to fix your O2 sensor downstream. Throw in a code. Plug it in, screw it into the jar, zip tie to frame. You're good. Oh, rusty brake lines. That's about to be a problem. 9 in the morning, and it's already getting up to 190 or so degrees in the box.
It sometimes gets very hot in the box.
And I really want to just knock this out. I then proceed to spend the next hour searching for tools and losing my mind because none of the kits that I have come with a 19mm deep well socket or an 18mm box wrench. And then I spend another half hour cussing out the camera. You think nobody needs a 10 mil? Or a 16 or an 18? Like, what is this crap? And it just rounded the fuck out of that. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. Let's make sure that the new bumper is any good. And if it is, then it's sawzall time, because I've been in here for hours and I've only removed one fucking bolt. I've had it up to here with the likes of you people! It only appears to have a lot of scratch marks on it. It's only where it was drug across the floor just a little bit. All right, well, it appears to be a bumper. If it's not the right one, I got a welder. Let's get the chopping. I wonder if now that we cut on it, I wonder if we could break it. No, we're not going to be able to break it because that bolt's stripped. Well, step one. Now we get to do the same thing for all the bed pins. Any single one of these pins that we don't have to cut out will be a win. Ugh.
Here's what you do. He sleeps, sack, bar so bing, bing, bing. Brain damage, cornfield, gun, funeral.
The under rails on the bed can be cut off because I'm putting new ones on. Yeah, these supports are just gone. There's nothing left of them on the front. The middle is whatever. You know, rotted out all the way down there. So we don't got to be gentle with these cross members because they are going to be replaced. It would be nice to know if there was some hardware for these. Guess I'll have to open that box too. Well, that's absolutely the best part of this job, is that they all come with hardware. Buying hardware like that at Lowe's or Home Depot or whatever, that's probably like $100 worth of hardware. So yeah, I'm glad it came with those. I'd love to just keep the camera rolling, but every 10 minutes it goes doodly doot doot doot, it's too hot in here. And it's only 80. Or as the fog breathers would say, oi there, prick, it's 25C it is, isn't it? That only took a whole day. So now, that should be all the bolts that are actually holding on to things. So maybe we can lift this thing off. Chop and ye shall finally get it off, I guess. Separated there, separated there. I think it's separated there. Looks like some rusty shit. Let's look at this sad, sorry frame. Man. We'll get the bed put on jack stands and the dollies or whatever. We'll get it out of the way. We'll start attacking this frame. I think the frame needs to be probably done first. And then we'll figure out the bed. We got to cut off all of these that are still on there. Yeah, we'll get that out of the way. And get to work scraping on this. So when I bought this truck, it had already been restored with this Line X protective coating on the bottom here. It was on these door skins and the cab corners, which are gone. I don't know what that is. It seems like a rubberized coating. It is a rubberized coating. I'm just guessing it's not put on as thick or textured as the corners were, but on the bed it's not so bad except for where it peels right here. It's going to let stuff in. It's starting to peel off, right? So this is why you don't put the rubberized coating on the car, because when it starts to peel off like this, underneath it is where all your dirt, water, salt, whatever is going to sit. So you're better off having no paint than rubberized coating. Line X severely injured this truck. A lot of scraping. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to go. Hell, I could probably screw it out now, right? There's 2. So we gotta cut the whole mofo off. Yay. There's 3. There's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5. Man, that one wasn't even a screw anymore. That's just a solid piece of garbage. That was number 6 or 8 or however many.
Numbers suck.
Alright, it's going to be a lot of wire wheels and Rolocks and whatever the hell these things are, and good old-fashioned scraping. Now whatever this hanger is, it's not doing anything, and sure does have a lot of delamination in between it and the frame, so it's got to go. Ugh. Oh, gross. Ah, that's what I look for.
Good news, everyone! I've invented a device which allows you to operate equipment from great distances. I call it the Thinglonger. Observe.
Boing.
Here we go. There. Pretty long, eh? So that's what things would be like if I'd invented the Thinglonger.
So these bumps for the axle, if this was ever to travel up that high, it would bust my shocks, get rid of my exhaust, probably break the drive shaft, puncture the gas tank, etc. So they're not necessary, and they're just rusting. Getting rid of them. I don't even know if this is paint. This is more like polybutylene, because I could scrape it off and then wad it into a little wad, and it's just a wad of goop. Feels like Play-Doh. It just traps the dirt and the salt. I got most of the scraping done, so I'm gonna start working on the rocker panels and the cab corners. So I just got to take all this trim out of here around the edges where I'm going to be welding, and every screw is going to break. It's all garbage. It's going to take forever and be a nightmare. Yeah, so we'll put the one trim screw that actually did come out in the organizer so we don't lose it. Well, that only took forever, but, you know, better forever than never, I guess. And now there's just like a whole ass piece of plywood holding these stupid things down. Everybody remember that these self-tappers go in the plywood. Only part of the car that ain't rotten. The plywood.
With the best rust protection, Chevy full-size is America's best-selling truck.
Has the rust made it all the way up here? Apparently not.
Chevy trucks.
We can start chopping basically everything under here just to get it out of the way, especially up to this body line, bubbling up on the body line here. So I mean, we know it's all gonna go, and I mean the paint's all chipped up to here. All right, so we'll cut off as much of it as we can and make sure this thing fits right, and get all nitpicky with it, how we're gonna cut it and fit it in, or if we're gonna cut any of this off. Save any of that front part, I don't know. I've never done this before. I'm new, it's my first day. Probably have to go out and chop on that Infinity and get us some good sheet metal, because we will have to scab some shit together. Just for shits and giggles right now, Mouse damage. It's not broke, but I'm gonna fix it. Well, this is kind of broke, but I'm gonna fix it anyway. Alright, so I went to Slum It Racing since they had the cab Konas. Okay. It goes way up above the body line.
Just tell the truth and you have nothing to worry about. Let's begin.
Okay, yeah, we got plenty to weld to there.
I mean, no.
But I don't think the rocker panel comes with any of this. Why didn't they shrink this edge? Why is it crimped? I'm gonna buy these because I don't have metalworking tools. Here you go. Hope you have some metalworking tools. Don't have a whole lot of this that can be saved over here, so we'll have to scab something in. Yeah, so we're gonna have to come up with this. Figure that out. You can probably see that better than I can. But it's pretty nasty in there. Yeah, doomed to fail from the start. Oh yeah, and I'm just like wasting time because I have no idea what I'm doing. Like I should just cut all of this shit and then, you know, get some metal, but that sounds like it costs money. Let's see how far up this door skin we gotta go. Oh yeah, that's nothing but Bondo. Ooh. Yeah, that's gonna have to come off, and this is gonna have to all get, I mean, I need to paint the whole truck. But the only air supply that I have was an old ass piece of shit in 1995 when I was using it to blow up tubes. And that thing is as old as I am. It had to have been bought late 80s, early 90s. Man, I know I had a piece of hardware store angle iron, puppy dog. What'd you do with it? What did you do with it? I mean, that would do it. Alright. Alright, so the rot is all consuming. I am finding that in the front of the rocker panel, it's still pretty crusty. Which means I'm gonna have to get in there and weld around that corner. So door's got to come off and fender's got to come off. So I already went through and disconnected the connectors, but this has an aftermarket stereo system in it. So I'm just gonna have to cut this and splice it back because it's running under the seat and it's garbage. But at least it's not, you know, not two-tone, so I don't got to mark it or nothing. We'll remove these pins, pull this door off and set it down. I should have rolled the window down first, but whatever. This little spring right here holds the door open and is a huge pain in the butt to get back in there, so that'll be fun. Yeah, there was no way I was hanging onto this camera and doing that door, so just imagine that it went bloop and it's over there now. So now the question is, do we got to take off the fender? Hey, self-tappers. Shouldn't be too hard to get the thing off, but yeah, that's plastic. I want to get this rubberized coating off of this anyway. There's already coming off under this. Can't even get the wheel arch off. That's all rotted out too, or all the screws are, self-tapping screws. But once I have the fender off, then maybe I can get to the other side, grind those screws out, tap this thing off, put new ones on. And if this goes just like anything else, every single one of these bolts is going to be a pain in the ass and break, and this is going to take me an entire day to do. So we'll see. And I guess that's how you remove the brush guard on your J.C. Whitney Special. Period correct accessories. I know what I got. the title of this video is going to be how to tear your entire truck apart to fix one thing. It'll go back together easy. It'll go back together easy. All right, battery cut off mid-sentence. What was we talking about? Oh yeah, they can continue to suck for free, so we'll just do that. We got some bolts holding the bumper on up top and bottom. So if we get it like this, then we don't have to remove these support brackets and we don't have to mess with the body mounts. This one's stripped out and that one over there won't go. All right, since the corner on the bottom won't come out, but all the ones on the top did and the ones in the middle bottom did, then I'll take all of these middle top ones out and I'll remove the entire bracket from the bottom, because that isn't seized on this side anyway. I haven't even checked on that side. I'm sure it'll be a nightmare. My entire kingdom for an 18mm box wrench, apparently. Well, we could always put it back together and put a for sale sign on it. I reattached the support bracket on this side and was able to get the bumper off the support bracket, so maybe I could juke it out and you know, couch in a hallway type situation.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. Yeah.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ow. My bingy.
That's really hard, butthead. Yeah, but it's cool once you get it right.
Yeah! And look at all the extra work we uncovered. Will be easier to get to all this though, to treat it. Yeah, these cab mounts. Ugh. Now we can do the fender, right? Because there's a screw somewhere. Why did we take this bumper off? All right, inner fender. Strip the first bolt. Ah, inner fender just rotted there. I mean, I think we got everything except for this damn hood latch. So instead of doing it the right way and taking the hood off, I'm gonna like probably break it. Were we just fixing the bed rails? Yeah, this inner fender's starting to go. So I guess I'm glad we did that. The rot is all consuming. So now all we gotta do is figure out how to build this bottom edge back up, because that's rotten. Like there's nothing left. Yeah, I went to the hardware store to buy angle iron and it was like $8 a foot. That's not happening. So I went to a broadband company and said, hey, I see you got one of them spools that needs to be broken down and hauled off or whatever, and they agreed to let me take a few pieces. So free square tubing. It's about to become truck parts. Yeah, it's not stupid, it's advanced. That's about how it's gonna go. But there's still like a piece of hanger-on over there I gotta cut all this off, but you get the idea. Now all we have to do is learn how to weld. Well, it looks like crap. Probably because it is crap. That's not going to be good. Don't tell anybody when I sell this that, you know, I'm just scabbing this together out of trash. Hell yeah, farm welds. I only blew out there, and there, and there, and there, and there, and there, and there. Especially there. Whatever. I'm inexperienced, I don't know what I'm doing, and we're just doing it good enough. And great is the enemy of good enough. So this is good enough. I'm going to clean up in here because I've got every tool scattered out. And I'm going to start applying the phosphoric acid to everything while I'm waiting on seam sealer, because this is all getting drowned in that seam sealer after it's treated with the acid. And that's going to be a few days, and I've still got to get to the rocker on the other side, but I don't have room to work over there, so we'll have to pull the truck out, turn it around, that kind of thing. So I think I'm going to do the acid today, clean all this up, get everything out of the way, and then by the time the seam sealer shows up, I can drown this inner rocker, put the outer rocker on, get that done, and move on to the other side. And the bed, I mean, we still got to do the bed rails. This is a huge, this is turning into a huge project. Because really all I wanted to do was take the bed off and kind of stop the rot, but it's like while we're in here, we might as well just do everything. So it's just more nitpicking until it's Saturday, and I don't think the seam sealer is going to show up till Thursday. I thought I could buy all this shit local, but the only thing that I can buy local is Bondo, which means this will probably be a two-parter, because I've already got, man, probably like 50 hours of footage, so we'll see what's up. Oh, that's heavy.